we're approaching the top of the hour, and I want to let you get back to the rest of your.
Yo, I just want to say I really appreciate just even having an opportunity to build with you, man. I followed you for a long time as well, and I saw you put your work in, and you have you have challenges, and your intellect and your courage, you making moves, and that's very important for people to see that. Young people.
Right on, right on. I wanted to ask you a little bit about if you have a routine. I wanted to ask you about do you start your day as a certain way?
Yeah, I do.
Is it? And then
there's no way that I can do
a book recommendation, a book and music recommendation. Those are
okay. All right. I definitely start my day off. That's probably been the most challenging thing about this pandemic is your grids are off. But I usually start my day. My wife I don't know, she may have something to say. But I think I start my day probably around 4 or 5. And it begins with me envisioning my day in my head, like all the things and challenges that I have to deal with. All right, I got this capital case. I have this brief. I have this research. I got to go to the jails. I got this meeting with this person, that person. And I literally, before I even get out of the bed, I run it through my head. And then when I get up, I immediately go to my physical activity that I need to get to. I usually get to the gym between 5:30, 6:30. Work out, get my mind right, and then I hit that day. And sometimes once I start, my day don't end until like 10, 11 p.m. People don't understand when you work for yourself, but when you do high level defense work, federal and state, you're never off. Like you're always thinking about things, particularly when you work for yourself. So I have to be very disciplined about who I'm around, what I eat, what I think about, what I see, and I put in my head, the conversations that I partake in, the conversations that I don't partake in, all those things. It's a journey in discipline and commitment. Music has been my therapy. I love music. I love reading. I'm reading the book that I'm reading now is very telling for this moment. It's by Achille Mchembe. It's called Necropolitics. Necropolitics. It's not a thick book, but it's a very insightful book that really explains a lot about our system, which is people like to think this is a democracy. This isn't a democracy. This is a colonial democracy. And that colonialism informs everything about this democratic place that we're in and Western culture in general. And it's an incredible book, Necropolitics. Mchembe is the author. That's the book that I'm pretty much wrapping up now. Music wise, I listen to everything, man. I've been listening to a lot of mixes. Flying Lotus has and Gas Lamp Killer. They have these on SoundCloud. They have these BBC radio mixes that I've been into of late. But I'll just show you. Let me see on my music thing. I got a mix. I got an anti-coronavirus apocalypse mix that I've been listening to. And I got everything on here from Subtract and Sanfa to TDE to Sango, Brand Nubian. I got some Jamiroquai. I got some Future. I got some Lord Echo. And my daughter has me listening to A Boogie.
All right. Okay.
And Playboy Cardi. I really get down with the that Freddie Gibbs Mad Lib project. That's hard. I like that young kid Gunna. I've been listening to a lot of Doom. There's these collective dudes, Thundercat, MN Design, Flying Lotus, that whole little collective gets super busy. Karoo Bangin', I've been listening to a lot. I'm an Andre 3000 fan. I'm a you know, you know, Smith and Wesson is family, so I listen to them a lot. I listen to, you know, I listen to everything. Jadakiss is my man. He hit me not too long ago. He just put out an album of a brother of mine who died, Ignatius. I listen to everything, man.
Yeah, I actually heard him talk about that on the TI podcast.
He did, yeah. I did the eulogy for Ignatius.
Okay.
And me and Kiss had some really. It's funny. I saw him not too long ago, a couple of months ago. He had wanted me to listen to the album, but I've been listening to a lot of good music, a lot of old mixes. I wasn't really into the whole D Nice thing that everybody was.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's like popular. Yeah, it's like popular. You know what I'm saying? There's so many dope musicians out here, but I get it. But I just love good music, man.
Mm-hmm. You can stay connected to Mr. Montgomery. He has a podcast called the Brooklyn Combine Podcast, kjmontgomerylaw.com. On Twitter is Esquire Montgomery. At Instagram is at KJMP LLC.
Yep. Yo, my youngest was really excited. You had Jerry Rice, man. Like, that's pretty powerful, man.
Yeah. Actually, so Jerry's a legend. I doubt that you all think the same politically.
But I'm positive that he could play football.
Yeah, he could play.
Listen, we had a meeting with the NFL dudes. You know, actually, when all that whole Kaepernick Jay-Z thing broke, and people don't realize that NFL, they breed a certain type of mentality in these brothers, and it's unfortunate, you know. But you know, hey, play football.
Yeah, he's a nice guy though. Really nice guy.
Yeah.
He could have been a jerk. You know, he was really kind. So I appreciate it for that.